Alright, so that seems to be in order then. So I have from the random generator that you gave me. It brought up a one that's a warrior. But if I copy and paste the link, it'll just generate another random one for you.
Oh yeah, no. If you go to on the down on the bottom, it says to keep this character, click here.
Oh, great, yeah.
Yeah, and that actually works. So you can, if you know, assuming this is something you like, and we can get a few other people playing, this might be just a random pickup game.
Yeah, that sounds good, pretty good. Alright, so I'll give you that link there, and I will bookmark this.
Alright, so we have Jadebot, the female warrior.
Yeah.
And you can make one attack per level. They're level 1, but that's okay. Well, because your solo will say that's an additional per level, so you can do 2 attacks per round. Yeah. We're also gonna play Black Hat a little differently. Usually, how armor points, the AP up top works. It's basically that's how much damage you can reject, and once it's used up, you have like no armor.
Yeah.
We're basically going to count those as pieces of armor, so there's going to be similar to your Sunder Shield ability. Like, so if there's an attack that says your health is 9, say there's one that does like, I don't know, 80 billion for whatever reason.
Wow.
Yeah. Who knows? Exploding dice, things happen. You know, 1,000 damage. You can say, okay, I'm just going to use one of my AP points. Your character ducks, and their helmet gets destroyed. You know, that way we can, you know, narratively have but you know, that way it's not completely against you in the game.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Okay. And then other than that, it's a fairly basic roll under system. Something you want to roll below whatever your stat is.
Yeah, similar to Call of Cthulhu, I think it is, like, runs like that.
Yeah, similar to Call of Cthulhu, a lot of basic, like, role-playing games, similar idea. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Other than that, it's a fairly bog-standard system. It's pretty minimalistic, as you can probably tell already.
Yeah.
it allows for a lot of flexibility that way, so hopefully,
yeah, it's
waiting any.
Yeah, that should be a really quick learning curve then.
Oh yeah, no, it's a very fast game that way, which is kind of cool. One way or another. So
yeah.
Let's wait to see if anybody last minute else in the chat, because there's so many other green.
Oh yeah.
Is joining, but I don't think so.
Maybe. Oh, actually, Penguin. I think he's up late as well, but I'm not sure if he's on tonight.
Alright.
Alright, so we can probably just yeah, he may or may not be on. But I know his schedule changed recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's we can always just start the game and he can always wander in, because this is a fairly venture.
Yeah.
You're pretty much just I mean, well, technically speaking, you're there to fight the evil, but odds are it's a bit of a you will go as well.
Yeah.
I guess if you don't mind, I guess we'll kickstart, and if he joins, cool. If not, you know, it's all good too.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right. So basically, opens up with your warrior character basically hearing about and his bride who passed away centuries ago. And they're placed in a green pool along the lines of a nice small pond. It became nightmares, and you've actually been hired by the townsfolk of what I guess is this now called a village out there called Damp, who live by this.
Yeah.
Oh, So you got hired out by this village of Damp to more or less figure out what's going on. This used to be kind of a, a holy place, from the old tales, but now it's gotten evil. In fact, some local fishermen that used to fish at the pond came back recently with some really bizarre tales of tentacles, and even one had a very weird bite mark on one of their arms.
Ooh.
So they've offered you about 1 year's worth of their savings, which is sadly only about 20 gold, in order to try and take care of this, and you're welcome to whatever else you can bring back with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, okay, cool. So as you approach this, where the pond is and this supposed tomb, you already noticed that clearly something's off. The pond, you can actually see though the opening to it looks to be probably the tomb at the edge of a small pond. It's about half a day, so the sun's still out, and you notice you're going to probably have to climb down the rocky embankment to get to kind of the area where the tomb entrance is at.
Yeah.
And even now, like, you're just kind of standing above the embankment right, looking down, you can see things have kind of twisted. Things about the area just don't seem right. It's it's still a bright sunny day, but even then the light seems slightly darker.
Oh, okay.
What do you do?
So, would I know if this is arcane? If this is an arcane effect, or if there's some other source of this at work?
Try rolling intelligence. See how much maybe your character knows in general about the phenomena.
All right, so that would be a 2d, 1d20, and I have to make less than 9.
Yes.
1d20. 5.
Oh, there you go. 5. All right. So your warrior has heard tales of certain infected by long after the residents have passed away, kind of corrupting the residual soul or magics, whatever it is, of the tomb itself. You have a pretty good suspicion something like that's going on here, and it's attracting other badness to it, kind of like rotting flesh with flies.
Yeah. Alright, is there anything alive here right now?
Tell where you're standing, it doesn't look like. The pool is fairly murky though. I mean, it was kind of being well known as a green pond, but now it looks like there's even like scum and stuff floating on top. So there's nothing visible on land, but if there's something under the water, it would be hard to make out at this point. You probably have to get down to the sandy area to get a better look.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there.
Okay. When you go down there, and you said you're just kind of looking to see if anything's around?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because, like, first and foremost, I'll probably want to know if there's an immediate threat.
It doesn't look like there's an immediate threat in the area, but you see enough a weird glowing shell on the shore though. After you smell though, you're realizing there's something else definitely out here though. It kind of smells like heavy ammonia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ammonia.
The feeling of things being wrong, it gets worse as you get closer to the bank area near the tomb entrance.
All right. No problem. So does everything look as expected with the pond?
The pond itself looks murky. It looks like you can kind of make out what looks to be a broken rowboat of what probably used to be a boat in down in the murkiness of the pond, more on the shallow side.
Oh, okay. So it's a large pond that you can actually go rowing on.
Oh yeah, it's a big pond. Some of the locals would normally go fishing here.
Oh, okay.
Since whatever monster attacked the last bit of fishermen's, they've been kind of avoiding the area for fear.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Alright, so I have a choice of whether to investigate the pond itself or to whether to investigate. You said there was was it a cave or something?
Yeah, it's the actual entrance to the tomb itself. It's
okay.
You know,
yeah.
both are available.
Wrongness. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Let's take a look at the pond. So there's no like wave action or anything. Nothing to indicate whether there's much life underneath. You said that they go fishing here sometimes, or at least they used to. So at one point there used to be like fish and things moving around underneath there.
Yes, and there still are a few fish here and there, but they're not, you know, very wide berth.
Yeah. The rowboat, has it been used recently?
It's fairly worn, though it may just have been a well-used rowboat.
Yeah.
Considering its splinters, though, it looks like it was attacked by something, you know, pretty big, probably slightly larger than a human.
Okay.
Just,
right. Yeah.
Just an angry raccoon.
Okay, because that's what I had in mind. I kept thinking of like thinking back to our encounter with the octopus. So it could very well be that something is living in the lake, and it may not be from the tomb itself.
Yep, maybe.
Maybe. So I'm not so well equipped to investigate that because I would be on a boat against something that's underwater. Let's take a look at the tomb first. If I am right, I will eventually have to come back to the pond. If I'm wrong and there's something in the tomb, then I'll get to the crux of the matter sooner.
There you go. So basically, when you get to the entrance of the tomb, that kind of ammonia smell is just getting sickeningly strong.
Ooh, can I do anything about
that?
Can I do anything about that? Like moisten a rag and tie it over my nose or something?
Sure. Do you have a... you might be able to use?
I have a backpack, fresh rations. I'd probably have like a little bit of cloth. If nothing, I'd probably have to like tear my undershirt or something.
Yeah. Roll a... let's say it's probably you're probably doing something makeshift with your fresh rations. Maybe there's a napkin involved there or something.
Yeah.
The usage die there. So roll D4. As long as you don't roll a 1 or a 2, you get to keep your rations and you get the.
Woohoo!
Perfect. All right. So your rations came with a lovely tablecloth, which you have now fashioned into a mask.
Yeah.
It's going to give you an advantage to resist any noxious odors.
Excellent.
So it makes the smell a little bit more bearable, so you can probably move forward.
Yeah.
And as you get closer to the entrance of the tomb now, you're kind of realizing something's kind of weird about it. Like there's broken tree branches kind of placed the tomb area, and they're all kind of bleached white. And it's just outside, it's all like giant fallen oaks that have been bleached white there, probably by the sun and whatever is making this horrific, like, urine smell.
The thought that came to mind was that there's a creature inside it that's been marking its territory here and has inadvertently bleached these sticks.
Probably. That'd be very astute, and I would not be surprised to think of that. That would be definitely what an animal would do.
Yeah. The sticks also interest me for another reason. Because I am wondering if they're covering up something. There could be a trap. trap hole. Well, not a trap door, but like a pit. There could be a trap pit there. Can I investigate that?
Right. You investigate, and it doesn't seem like there's a trap, though they definitely were dragged there. They didn't grow there, that's for sure.
Okay. Alright, so, is it safe to walk over these things? Like, so, yeah, I'm going to proceed.
Yeah. No, it's safe to walk on them. It's just, they're kind of dried, so as long as you don't, you know, jump and rush, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Probably gonna try to make as little noise as I can. Because,
okay.
Who knows, it may
give me a dexterity check to see if you can, do that quietly.
Alright, excellent. So dexterity is 10, so I should be pretty good. Roll 1d20. Ooh!
Where'd it go? Nope, that's the wrong Google tab. There we go. Let's see, 2. Oh, nice. Okay, so you managed to be super stealthy despite your armor and over all these sticks somehow. So you're like just slinking in.
Yeah.
As you kind of go in deeper, there's a turn down towards your left as it kind of descends further down, and the ground becomes a bit muddier, and there's pooled water, you know, lying against like the left side of the wall, you know, closer to where the pond was.
Yeah.
On the there's bones of, you know, different fish and other creatures and random sparkly things like the opal shell you saw on the beach earlier.
Yeah.
And on that nest of bones and random sparkly bits, it looks like there's a salapus that's kind of just lazily lounging at the moment.
A salapus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what does that look like? I'm not familiar with that one.
Ah, okay. A salapus is basically a kind of a weird creature that's attracted to murky, charged areas, and it looks like a cross between a salamander and an octopus. So basically, it's a 5-foot-long salamander body, a giant octopus with tentacles that reach out probably another 5 feet. And normally it's a day feeder, but it looks like it's munching on what unfortunately does seem to be a raccoon at the moment, quite as active and quite as alert as it normally is.
Okay. Is the smell stronger here? I assume it would be. In any case, yeah. Yeah, it probably is.
Yes, it's very strong.
Just one last check to make sure that this is the thing that's causing it. Alright, so,
well, it's what's causing the urine smell. It's attracted to negative energy. It's not usually the cause of it.
Okay, I see. So this is a symptom. Is it hostile?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last one. What was it?
Is it hostile?
More surprised right now, but yes, it'll probably attack as soon as it kind of gets its wits about it.
Alright, well, I'm going to attack first.
Fair enough. Alright. So we're going to say, because you kind of caught it mid-deal, you can get the surprise round on it.
Excellent.
So that means you're going to be able to do your actions first for this, and then we'll roll. You'll get one free round, and then we'll roll actual initiative.
Yeah, okay, great. So that would be strength, would it?
Yep.
Excellent. Whoops. 1d20. Oh, just
12.
On the borderline. My strength is 12.
Right. So you managed to smack it once. Cleave down, kind of cutting into it. Where were you aiming, just out of curiosity?
I would try to get probably near to the base of the tentacles.
Oh yeah, D10 for damage,
Cool.
and then just let me know where you're aiming.
Yeah, because the idea would be to try and cut off 1 or 2 tentacles. 1d10.
Or damage, nice.
Yeah.
Alright. Since we said you're basically, we're going to let you have multiple attacks because you're solo actioning, you can do one more attack if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Or you
that.
can still move.
Alright,
So roll to attack again if you're going to hit again.
sure. I have this habit that I normally press up to bring up the last command I typed in, but that doesn't work so well with Discord.
This copy? Oh.
Yeah, so that one was a miss.
Okay.
Which makes sense, you know, you wouldn't sit still after the first hit.
Because you got a mighty swing down, it crashing, and basically cutting off. It looks to be maybe half of its tentacles, and it's just kind of away, flipping out, and now the tentacles are just writhing and smacking around on the floor like giant whips.
Yeah.
Let's roll for initiative. So in Black Hack, it's not a static initiative. Each round, you try to pass your dexterity roll.
Oh, okay.
If you pass dexterity, you get to go before the monsters.
Cool. Shift
Yep.
and Control E and 9.
So you got the drop on them in the beginning, and you won the initiative for this, so you might be able to basically stop, stop this guy before he can even attack you.
Yeah.
But just so you know, we said you cut off about half of his tentacles on his face. Let's see, D4 tentacles running around. There are 2 tentacles smashing around.
Cool.
And there's the actual salapus itself. So.
Oh, okay, right. No problem. So I'm gonna keep aiming for those tentacles. It's this is probably like Hercules and the Hydra. Alright, so that was a 7 for that.
Alright, so it's a pass.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was a D4.
Oh, was that the
Yeah,
it's a D20 for the attack.
Oh, okay. Right, so
Right. You got a 7 for both? Is that
no, that would be the last one there was a D10. That's
okay.
wrong. Ooh, and a 6. Right, so 7 and a 6, yeah.
Okay. And that was for the tentacles?
Yeah.
So you did, since the 7 would have been the health point of any one of the tentacles, I'm going to say you managed to cut both of them in half at the same time.
Cool.
Basically you got your perfect timing down for that. Just kind of swung it and sliced it both, calamari style.
Yeah, that's it.
And you have one more attack. Do you want to try swinging at the salapus as well?
Yeah, I'll want to do that as well. So that would be a D10 also.
Strike it and then damage if you hit it.
Oh, okay, sure. 6. The damage is 1d10, right? Is it?
Yep.
3.
3. All right. So basically, you smashed it once, and then you hit it, and you crack into this, slightly soft skull of the salapus. And before it can even respond, it kind of gurgles and leaks out this kind of inky goo and just kind of crumples to the floor.
Excellent. Excellent. So I got him down then.
You did, and you managed to just get the DPS high enough that he couldn't respond in time.
Cool.
Which is really good for you. Good job.
I had a good feeling about this fighter.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a good feeling about this fighter.
Yep, it's definitely a good solo.
Yeah. Alright, so the things he was feeding on are mostly smaller life forms. And as as you indicated, as you hinted, yeah, I completely don't think that this is the main problem. So this is probably just a smaller symptom. So I don't think this is the thing that I need to worry about too much. The shell though has kind of caught my curiosity. The is it like a normal sized shell with just a pearlescent interior?
It's opal on both sides, which is the weird part. It's kind of shiny, that shiny iridescence on either side.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to have been collecting them in its nest. Kind of like how a magpie will.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like a salopus just kind of, they like shiny things, it seems. You can try rooting around to see if there's anything else inside the
yeah.
salopus's nest, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. A shell makes me think of a squid. No, not a squid. There's a thing that has a shell underneath. That's undersea. All right, so for
Mussel?
Yeah. Is it a mussel? Can't remember what they call it, but like it's in that family. It's definitely one of those.
Oh, an abalone?
Yeah, I think so. And like it moves by a jet of water. Something similar to,
gooey duck.
yeah,
Yep.
something like that. Yeah.
These are ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. So to search I would have to beat my dexterity or intelligence.
I was going to say wisdom, probably, just to kind of be able to be of importance versus what isn't in all the refuse.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Ooh, did not. Well, I'm a fighter.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so,
They see 30.
yeah, 13.
Alright. So, it doesn't seem like you can really make out much from what's inside the refuse there, but, like, it's just covered in nasty crap. It's hard to figure out what might be worth, like, sticking your hand into, versus not losing potentially a finger to whatever kind of oozes and nasty crap is around here.
Oh, yeah.
You do notice after kind of moving stuff around in its nest, though, that it looks like there was another, opens up to another kind of chasm beneath, kind of through the
through the nest. Ooh.
Mhm.
So we have the chasm headed down. Does the tunnel I'm in right now continue on as well?
Look like there's much sunlight coming in into this area. It's pretty dark. You can make out what looks to be maybe some roots, like, kind of just dangling from somewhere, but that's about it that you can see into there. Strike a match or something.
Right. Yeah, so in my equipment, it says I get a lantern and an oil and flint and steel, so that I can probably get that organized into a light source to see where I want to go head next.
Sure. Okay.
Alright, so
You notice that
yeah.
so once you strike the lantern, you can get a better look that down into that hole, and you can see it looks like it's actually what was probably an old walkway into something like an old burrow.
Yeah.
Is that there's roots dangling from probably the trees above you at this point, from wherever you are on the earth, but they're gnarled and thorned. It looks like even the plants themselves have been corrupted by whatever malevolent energies are leaking out of this tomb.
Okay, right. Does it look like the roots have been disturbed? Has something been passing to and fro there?
Well, you can roll me another wisdom check real fast. You? Okay. So you definitely see what looks like another salopus that was more or less smashed and pulverized to almost, unidentifiable bits kind of
Ooh.
near the bottom of where all the roots are, and the roots seem to be leaching into that corpse now.
Oh, that is horrifying. Alright, I am getting the feeling that I do need to go down there. Before I do, is there anything else in the tunnel where I am? Continuing past the nest?
No, but just I mean, now that you have the lantern, it might be easier to check the nest for valuables if you want to do that one more time. I'd say you can do that with advantage.
Yeah.
So you just roll twice and take the lower number.
Oh, I got a 7. So I think that's
Alright,
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see, what'd you find? You found an ivory comb with a broken tooth.
Ivory
It
comb.
it gives you the feeling of confidence though, and makes you feel like you're a little bit in whatever you're gonna have to face it here. There's no good reason for it, but it gives a vibe of that, a feeling of hope.
Okay, great. So I'll keep the ivory comb with me, and maybe one or two of the fragments of shell. Who knows? Maybe I might need to bribe something with it.
Well, they do reflect the lantern light pretty well.
Yeah, they would be useful for that. So I'm gonna whatever little knickknack, one or two things like I'll pick up the comb and some usable shell fragments, and I'm gonna head down into that cavern.
Okay. You notice that where you're immediately standing, you're not underneath the roots, and it looks like if you run, probably be able to get out from beneath them in about, I guess, mechanically would be 2 rounds, so just, about 6 seconds of hell trying to get through the roots.
Yeah.
And you'll probably make it to what looks to be a more stony footing, actually. Still descending deeper into the earth at this point.
Right.
But try doing that, or if you want to, figure out another way to deal with these roots dangling from the ceiling.
Can I chop at them?
You can. You can definitely try chopping at them. That might get their attention.
Yeah.
Get into the dangling roots to try taking a swing at them. So they might start taking swings at you too.
What about if I throw some of the oil on them and set them on fire?
Only a way to solve it. You'd have to give me a dexterity roll to make sure you get the oil where it needs to go, though, because
yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh. Okay. So the good news is you did get the oil all over the roots, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But you definitely got a bit on yourself too.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're a little too enthusiastically kind of throwing it. You're looking forward to the big fire. You're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then you're like, oh wait. So now the floor is covered in oil, so it's slippery.
Oh man.
Also, you're covered in oil. So your options are still wide open.
Yeah, they are.
A minor change.
I am going to take a whack at these things with my sword. At least the nearest ones, at least. Let me see if I can pull my odds back up to even.
Okay. You swing and you manage to. Real fast? Oh, you got it. Cool. 13.
Unlucky.
Oh dear. I think maybe it's just the oil underneath you, but you're not feeling it right now.
Yeah, I'm not getting to it.
But you've managed to, but unfortunately, Roots kind of realized more sustenance is nearby, because as soon as you swing and kind of clip a few of the smaller vines, looks to be 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4 of these big vines are like kind of ranged back almost like an upside down cobra and just swing to strike at you.
Ooh.
So give me a dexterity roll.
To avoid.
See what they do.
Oh my, good lord.
Okay, this is okay, and this is not doing too well for you. Looks like. Right. So I'm gonna roll to see if they actually hit you,
Yeah.
or if enough of them roll high, they're gonna end up entangling you.
Sure.
And it looks like. So it looks like they do 4 damage, and they start around you, trying to kind of hold you and crush you.
All right, I think I can work with 4 damage, so that puts me down at 5.
Yep.
All right. All right. So
So now that's the end of the first round. So you'd roll initiative.
Excellent. That's also 1d20, right?
It's all 1d20.
Excellent.
Nice. Okay. Or wasn't that a second ago? Oh man.
All
right.
It's
So
circular.
you managed to go. Yep. So the first thing before we actually count towards your actions or anything, let's see if you can break free real fast.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So roll your strength, and we'll see if you can kind of burst through these vines.
All right. So 1d20, that gives me 4.
Let's say 2d20 because you are technically covered in oil, so you're pretty well lubed up for this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh.
And it doesn't even matter. You totally slide success. So I'll let you narrate how you feel like, because you maybe took out some of the vines with you. Maybe you slid all the way to the safe side. What happened here?
I think the oil made it easy for me to slide out from their grasp. Like they couldn't get proper grip on me. So I was able to like roll back, like maybe like a little tuck and roll, and roll back just a little out so that they were stretched out and they couldn't wrap around me, and I got loose.
Nice. Okay. And then, because it's a crit, you did something even more amazing. So, like, did you take Did you take them out with you, or?
I think. How about if they managed to rub off the oil off of me?
Okay. It's just that tight of a squeeze.
Yeah.
All right. But it worked. You got out. You're fine. You're now oil free.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about acne after the adventure, which is great.
Yeah. Which is really great. Alright, so what I would like to do is the napkin on my nose, I'm going to just light that on fire and throw it at the vines to catch them.
Okay. Since pretty much the entire room is full of oil except where you're standing, I'm just going to say it erupts and the whole thing is now just burning with smell of cooked salapus and, cooking salapus and, rotted foliage mixed with smoke.
Yeah.
Nice smell.
Ooh. Is salapus safe to eat?
One way to find out, but the fire's blazing pretty. You're probably not gonna want to stand too long in there because it's gonna get hot real fast.
Yeah. Is there enough of a clearance in terms of the flames for me to dash through?
Yeah, you could try dashing, jumping, however you want to do it. You could probably make it through if you put your effort in it.
Yeah, so like a shield in front of me, Wonder Woman style, and just charge through.
Okay. Roll your strength. It sounds like you're just kind of powering through the fire and the flames.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. With a Conan the Barbarian yell.
Exactly. And a 2. Okay, nice. So you managed just to kind of burst through it, super badass, like no fucks given. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, you find yourself on the other side of the room now, and you can just hear and feel the heat behind you, just like an oven, just kind of going off, and you can hear the crackling of the
Yeah.
wood and all that. A few sizzle pops still.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely want to
stone.
go forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because yeah, I don't think I would be able to like check or search back there. That's an oven. That would just get me damage. So I'm gonna go forward.
Check back, and there's fire. Lots of fire.
Yeah. So we are going forward.
Uh, so when you go forward, you're now stepping down on blackened stone, and it leads to a chamber with a double stone sarcophagus in the center.
Oh.
Um, and in the center, there's actually a small pool of like a red liquid. And oh, can you roll for me a
Uh-huh.
will save? So for that, roll your wisdom advantage because you are holding the comb.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. That is true. Whew, so this might save me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
That is your exact wisdom.
Yeah.
So we'll say that passes.
Yeah.
We're gonna let Ty go to runner for this game, and so that's good. So you kind of, when you step into that main area, you just have an of nausea, like a real strong feeling of vomiting. But you
Wow.
managed to kind of overcome it and kind of get a better bearing on the. And you notice one of the stone sarcophagi, the lid is kind of cracked open, and it's lying half sunk in that red liquid.
Oh.
The other one is fully sealed, though.
Is that blood?
Roll intelligence. 12.
Yeah, I think
It's,
I'm out there.
yeah. For all you know, you think it's tree blood.
Yeah. So can I see into the sarcophagus?
Let's see. You can try opening it if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Uh,
Not
well,
yeah, not enough strength.
was your strength for opening it?
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Strength is 12, yeah.
Need you to roll a dex save to see if you get caught by the trap.
Oh. Whoa, I
Jesus
am
Christ.
terrible with dexes. No, I'm terrible with saves. That's what's going on.
Yeah, anything that's like actively going, you could deal with fire and all that, but it's anything that's actually living just seems to be the bane of your existence.
Yeah. Warriors are designed to treat blows.
Lift.
They're not designed to avoid blows.
Exactly. Basically, when you see inside, there's looks to be a humanoid shape lying there, but the creature has no face, and instead there's just a large gaping hole from which just it utters a shrieking cry, and it's gonna try and stun you.
Ooh.
And actually, I think not. It's probably not dexterity. I'm sorry. That's probably for to avoid getting stunned for a round. So I'm sorry. Roll again, and we'll count that as your advantage for the wisdom roll.
Okay.
Of course. All right. It turns out your character's deaf, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So you notice before the fight begins, this thing has horrifically razor sharp claws, and it looks like it's coming out swinging. So roll for initiative right now. Let's see if you go before this horn ghoul or not.
Okay.
9
yeah.
means you go first.
All right. I'm gonna stab this thing with the sword. I just had the thought that I should have combed my hair with the comb first. Three.
Nice. Okay.
Let me do the attack roll for the second one, so we'll know how many hits.
Sure. Right.
All right. So that's 2 hits.
2 hits.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So I need to give you 2 damage rolls here. So roll 1d10. 3 and 3.
Right. 3 and 3, so 6 in total.
Yeah.
All right, so you cut deep into this Horngul's shoulder. It's just it's had enough of you. So basically, with a terrible screech that apparently doesn't seem to phase you, it lashes out with its razor sharp claws.
Yeah.
So roll Dex to see if you can dodge its attack. Right, 11. Dex is 10. Okay.
Oh, yeah, just barely.
So,
off.
in tried true fashion, it hits you. It's down at you for 7 damage.
Ooh, I am down. I did not heal. I took
Don't
4.
forget you have your armor points, though.
Oh, right, that is true. So, let's see, I have 5 and I have 4 armor points. So what's going to happen there is it's going to, the claws are going to break off some of my like if it hits my shoulder, it'll probably break off the shoulder piece. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
say 2 and 2. So it breaks off 2 armor pieces.
Sure. Yeah, it basically it does a double swipe, one with each hand, and each it kind of just tears through the metal, nicking you a little bit, but not doing really anything major damage. But it just tears through the armor.
Yeah. All right. So that leaves me with 3 HP and 2 armor.
You're still with 5 and
Yeah.
3 armor points.
Right. Great. All right. Very good.
Hmm?
All right. So I'm gonna swing at it again. I can't think of what to do with the comb. Yeah, I'm gonna swing at it again. Ah,
Nice.
and nice.
Nice. But neither can they.
Yeah. Oh crap. Nope. 1d10. There we go. And once more. 1d10. 4 and 8.
Ooh, nice. And after that, you're no longer messing around. You take your knife, you take your blade, and you just kind of smash it deeper into the cut that you rent through the beast's shoulder before, and just kind of cut through this Horngul. And as it kind of flops around, it kind of has a silent shriek as it kind of just flails everywhere.
Yeah.
Eventually, it takes a disturbingly long time, probably a good minute or two, but eventually both the top and bottom half stop frenzying around cave. Unfortunately, the sense of dread is not gone from the cave.
Right. So what I'm thinking is that the liquid corrupted and or animated this corpse. So one sarcophagus was open and the liquid got it. So it's possible that the next one might be unaffected if it's sealed properly. Is it close to the liquid? Is it sitting in the liquid or something?
The liquid, it looks like the liquid was just part of the actual motif, probably when it was originally designed. Almost like a replica of the pond that you saw outside. Now that you have had time to get a better look at it, you're not dealing with a Horngul clawing at your face.
Right, yeah.
And it looks like one of them, probably through erosion, fell into the liquid, and that's why you had that half-sunken look. The
Okay.
other one is right at the edge of the red liquid, and as far as you can tell, looks like it's sealed.
All right. So there are two sarcophagi. There's the pool. Is there any other anything else of note in the room? Any other features? Is there any other exit?
Roll a wisdom real fast. Let's see.
5.
5. Okay. Awesome. All right. You don't see another way. Another way in this other sarcophagi that is fully sealed, but you do notice now that there seems to be a couple items inside that.
Inside the pool.
Yeah, like inside the sarcophagus. Like they're a little wet, but they were wrapped, it looks like, in oilcloth, so they're pretty well kept.
Uh huh.
One of the things you find is a wig,
Oh.
and it's a beehive style white wig, and you feel like putting it on, you just feel more charismatic.
Yeah.
Silly look, but you feel like people take you more seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna put it on and probably comb it with the comb.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got to be styling.
Yeah.
You find 2 clay pots. They look like they contain some kind of like almost looks like pudding substance.
Hmm.
You notice that when you kind of put your fingers in it and accidentally kind of wipe it on the sarcophagi, that where you wiped it, the stone kind of became like mud. It became super soft.
Oh. Okay. How about if we take some of that and spread it on the covering of the other sarcophagus?
Okay, so you're just going to take it and kind of wipe down the lid.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your idea?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my idea.
You do that, and you can clearly see where it's starting to seep down, and it looks like the lid's getting softer and softer.
Yeah.
Wisdom, save for me, please.
Whoa.
14.
It's deceived. Yeah, he's not.
You
gonna
either
save.
ace it or
Yeah. It's a no-nonsense
So-
character. Yeah.
oh. All right, so it notices that, or you fail to notice before it's too late. The stone was getting soft enough that clearly things could go through it.
Yeah.
Shoots out, kind of like through the stonework, like Evil Dead in the dirt.
Yeah.
Tries to claw at you.
Yeah. I was expecting that.
Yep. Well, congrats. You were right. You get a claw to the face.
Oh yeah.
Roll dex to see if you can dodge this one.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay.
I have learned from my mistakes.
So you manage to, and roll for initiative like you normally would.
Nice.
'Cause you apparently have something else down there. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So the good news is, I'm gonna say it's still clawing its way through the
Yeah.
advantage right now. So, whatever you do, you're gonna have advantage when dealing with this horn ghoul.
Alright, so,
'Cause you can-
how about if I try to cut off its arm? The arm that's punched through, so that I can get rid of one of its set of claws.
Okay.
Alright, so that's gonna be... Let's try one attack first, that misses.
Oh.
Yeah, misses
Oh,
hard.
that's a crit miss.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like, I get my sword stuck in there or something?
You know what? Yeah, that's a great idea. So you managed to sword down, and unfortunately, lid was soft, but not all of it. So now your sword's kind of stuck in it. It's going to take a successful strength check on your next round to probably pry it loose.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, the finished digging its way kind of out of the tomb that you found it in.
Yeah.
And it's basically right level with you. So you got your hands on your sword stuck in there, and it's just looking at to mess up your day.
Oh,
Roll initiative, see if you can maybe pull this out and be able to do something before it takes a swing at you. 8! Okay, so you get initiative. You are properly incentivized to get that out of the stone. So roll a strength check and get that sword free.
Oh man!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh man! Oh, this is
Man, you had that was a mighty swing you took on it before, because this thing it's still stuck there. It's not moving.
Oh yeah.
So this ghoul basically kind of looks down at the sword, looks at you, and if it could, it gives its body shakes in what must like is a mockery of laughter.
Yeah.
And it just tries to uppercut you with its razor claws.
So how the move that the special feature that says Thunder Shield, would that be able to help here?
Do you have a shield?
Backpack for Shoshamas. It does not say shield.
But you have your AP, so you can use that in case the damage is too much.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So we're gonna roll your dexterity, because you might actually be able to dodge it still.
10.
Dexterity is 10. To pass, so you manage to not be cut at point blank range. It was too busy laughing, apparently, to line up its strike really good.
Oh,
so let's roll dexterity again. Let's see if you get initiative here.
16.
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been distracted for long. I do have a bow and arrows, so depending on what happens, I may be able to switch tactics.
Well, letting go would always be a free action, but since you failed initiative, the ghoul does get to go first this time.
Yeah.
Missed with its right, it's now going to uppercut with its left, and that same idea. So see if you can again dodge this close hit from the ghoul.
Whoa!
God.
I celebrated
all right.
too soon.
Will fail. So normally on a crit fail, that means this hit connects hard. Yeah. So it's double damage.
Okay, let's see what it gets me.
It's doing 10 damage. It's just ripping into like where your face would be right now.
Oh boy! All right. So how do I handle that with AP and so on? How does this go?
Again, you just basically, since we're saying you're solo playing, each AP counts as basically one Sunder Shield, but you're piece of armor.
Yeah. So that the last one was the shoulder. This one would probably be like the chest plate or something.
All right. So like as it's just tearing tearing through like your metal armor, pushing at like your belly a little bit. So you're bleeding, but better than a lethal hit there.
Yeah, better than a lethal hit.
And that you're down to 2 AP.
All right. So I would like to move back. I wonder if moving is the correct thing. Is it standing in the liquid right now, or is it standing at the side of the sarcophagus?
It's still in the tomb. It's still in the sarcophagus. It basically just stood up because when you slammed your sword in, you were right there too. So it didn't need to move.
All right, no problem. So I'm just going to step back a little bit just to get the proper range, and I would like to fire 2 arrows at it.
For each time you fire, roll a D. Let's roll the D8 first. So roll the D8 twice.
Okay, so 1d8. Whoa, what did I type there? 1d8. 2.
Okay, 8.
And a 1.
Okay. So that means you pulled your bow a little bit too hard on that second shot, so you strained the bow.
Wow.
So being bow 1d8, it's now a 1d6.
Okay.
And basically in Black Hat, that's called the usage die. So instead of you running out on a given amount,
Uh-huh.
every time you roll like a 1 or a 2, that goes 1 lower. So you start with the 8-sided die, you go down to the 6-sided die, and then you end up at the 4-sided die. And once you roll a 1 or 2 on the 4-sided die, that item is used up.
Right, that makes sense.
Yep. So you've kind of damaged your bow a little bit, but it's okay. It's still firing.
Yeah.
Do the same for the arrows you have with you real fast. Just you can roll 2d10.
Okay.
And it'll probably go faster.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Okay. So you got plenty of arrows though, so you're fine there. It's just the bow got messed up a bit.
Yeah.
And I guess what is your range? So I guess it's dex. So roll 2d20 and we'll see how you hit.
Either ace it or
Jesus Christ. Okay. Tell you what, you managed to hit it. So we'll do the damage first.
Yeah.
So let's see, I think D10, right?
Yeah, 1d10. Wow.
Oh god, okay. So you managed to plink this ghoul, and your other one goes sailing and actually hits the stone. It goes so wide it hits the base of the stone sarcophagi and sparks and hits the red liquid, which immediately catches ablaze.
Oh, it was flammable?
Room with a giant burning fiery pit.
Okay.
Roll
Yeah.
dex to make sure you didn't have any of the red liquid on you when you scrambled behind you. Oh, God. Alright. Okay, so it'd be 1d6 fire damage.
Alright, so
So it just singed you.
okay, good.
Now you're down to 4 health and 2 AP.
Don't worry, I'm still in this. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so next would be initiative.
Yes, you roll for initiative again, and you notice that the seems to be dodging the flames, but it be scared of the fire. And looks like it's gonna try and edge closer and closer to the entrance you took to get in with the fire.
Okay.
Just so you know, but you roll initiative too. That's fine. It was... Yeah, okay. 16, the hornbill's going to go first, and this giant eruption of flame has spooked it. It's trying to make a break for the... So the way you came in, it's fleeing that way. It doesn't know about the giant fire that way. Odds are when it realizes that, it's going to come back and it's going to be pissed.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to let it go through there.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that might give me some time to free my sword.
Yes. Okay. And in fact, it's going to... Let's see. It's going to give you 1 round to try and... before it's probably going to come back, more pissed off than ever. So you get 1 round to try and yank your sword free.
All right.
Before it.
This one is for all the marbles. Ah.
God.
It's Excalibur. The name of that sword is Excalibur.
Oh my God. Yes, it is. And your character needs to hit the gym, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excalibur.
So,
Can I dip some of my arrowheads, like a couple of my arrowheads, in the liquid for when this thing comes back?
okay.
So I'll have like a flaming
So
arrow.
while you're doing that, as you're kind of dipping and having like these flaming arrows,
Mm-hmm.
you just hear the loudest, deafening, as, and then you hear like this scratching, tearing noise, and you see this ghoul like all but fly down the stairs towards you.
Yeah.
Roll initiative to make sure you get this guy first.
Oh.
Ah,
Don't worry, this will end soon.
oh, I know it's gonna end soon. I'm just hoping you win. All right.
I meant my bad luck streak, but okay. Your definition works too.
Yeah, well, they both end quite abruptly,
Yeah.
one way or another. Okay, you have the beat on this guy perfectly. The problem is, though, it's just going faster than you could have thought possible.
Yeah.
Fear mixed with anger have made this thing pretty much like it's going at the speed of its shriek almost towards you.
Yeah.
And it's gonna lash out again with its talons, trying just to claw at you and just end you.
Yeah.
Roll dexterity.
Dexterity. Wow.
Right?
If we were playing 5e, I would be very happy.
I know. Well, you gotta love the black hat. For people who like tend to roll low, they love it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be helping you very much.
No, it doesn't. I've been having good luck in the 5e game lately.
Okay. So this thing pounces on your face like it's flying toward, like leaping at you, and it smashes its claws on either side of your helmet with a tremendous wrenching noise.
Yeah.
Because it's crit,
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn.
and it's pissed because it's an enraged horned ghoul now.
Yeah. So it takes the helmet.
Yeah, I'd say it takes your helmet.
Alright, cool.
Probably took the wig too if that was on top of the helmet.
Yeah.
You no longer feel as persuasive. You also don't feel like you look as silly, but you don't feel as persuasive either.
Yeah, either of those things may have the effect that will either kill me or keep me.
All right. So roll initiative and. Oh wait, no, because you get to go now.
Yeah. Alright, so I am gonna try my arrow once more.
Okay.
So that's the flaming arrow. Yeah. Oh yeah. I hit. So do I roll the other attack as well? I should have just rolled a.
Yeah, roll both. Yeah. Okay, so they both hit. Nice. Then roll 2d6.
2d6.
Okay. Oh no. Again, you pull a little too hard on your bow,
Oh,
and you hear a
right,
cracking
yeah.
noise.
Oh.
It's holding together, but barely. You're looking at this thing going, shit, I need to get a new one fast.
Yeah.
So now its usage die is down to a D4. You gotta be nicer to your stuff. You destroyed your sword, you're breaking your bow. Pretty soon you're gonna have to be stabbing him with the arrows.
I think it all started with the makeup and the comb and the the spa mud. I think I went in the wrong direction there.
Good news is though, these arrows, since they're D10,
Yeah.
roll 2 D10 for the damage.
Whew.
Ace. Plus, it hates fire, so we're gonna call that weakness. So that's gonna be. Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It said my voice for a second there, but it's here. Okay, that's double damage. So you basically manage, as this thing is like leap smash your helmet.
Yeah.
You're basically rapid firing 2 flaming arrows into its chest. Pulses and flops over, he drops into the pool of fire.
Yes.
And for a second time, you hear this deafening screech that kind of whimpers into just a crackling noise.
He's gonna be so annoyed when he wakes up in hell or wherever he's going. He'll be like, God damn it, that was the most ridiculous fight ever.
Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You guys won't believe what happened.
Yeah. Oh. Oh god, that's awesome. Alright, so
The kind of the hellish.
Yeah.
I was saying, it kind of keeps on crackling. The hellish glow of everything kind of stops and turns a more cozy, warm.
Oh.
You feel like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually, like out of character, I do. It's like, well, look at that, I survived. I lost my sword, I cracked my bow, I lost my helmet, my hair is all messed up.
Brand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Rule 20 is cutting in and out a little bit, but I still have you mostly, yeah.
What I was going to say is, the good news is, though, you notice a glint in the second sarcophagus now that you're no longer getting mauled.
Yeah.
It looks to be a bit of treasure.
Woo!
And it's a beautifully crafted tiara made of silver with a host of pearls dotting the surface. Silver spike that kind of points forward out of the center.
Yeah.
And it kind of creates like a small...
Sorry, it kind of creates?
What?
Yeah, it kind of creates what?
Oh, like it has like the short silver spike kind of points forward out of the center of the tiara, and it looks kind of like a mythical unicorn horn.
Yeah. This is like Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like that.
Alright. So, I would like to retrieve that and my sword, and also the wig.
Okay. You get to the wig, it's slightly singed, but seems, you still feel very persuasive, if you put it on as well.
Yeah.
It does smell a bit of cooked ghoul, though, so it's not as persuasive,
Yeah.
and maybe a little more silly than before.
Yeah.
But it's there. And you manage to yank your sword out, and despite you smashing it into a stone sarcophagi, it's not destroyed.
Yeah.
It's still sword. It's still sharp. It works.
Oh yeah. Alright, does anything happen if I put the tiara onto the wig?
No, it doesn't seem like anything is happening. You do feel very regal, like you are, a prince or a princess, though. So this is probably of the original burial site of probably either, Sir or Lady Narwhal.
Yeah. I'm curious as to why they ended up as what did you call them? The ghouls?
As horned ghouls?
Yeah. Oh well. So like were they horned in real life? Is that how they got the name Narwhal?
That might be. They definitely both had horns. They were, like your character wouldn't probably know it, but mythical creatures and demi-humans were fairly common, and they actually are the people that granted humans rights to more or less live in that part of the prairie area.
Okay.
So like they were pretty chill, but the problem is spirits eventually kind of infected their burial site and made their corpses infested with evil.
Okay, so we need to like check now to see well, is there still that pervading sense of something gone awry?
No, as soon as you kill the other
Yeah,
kind
the
of
horn.
burned the body, it seems like that evil feeling kind of went away, and you can already tell like even the fire that was going around you that had a hellish like dark glow to it now is more like a cozy,
Yeah,
welcoming hearth fire.
excellent. So I guess it's just to pack my things and get out of here.
If you want, you can try and check out that rowboat before you go. But yeah, other than that, you're pretty much done.
Yeah. I do actually want to check out the robot because I want to see if the pond has changed.
Hmm?
Yeah. So let's see what's up there.
Okay. As you get to the like the fire is pretty much burnt itself out. For the roots, there's no roots left to burn,
Yeah.
which is an effective way to make a fire stop. Um, the hole, and you kind of make it, through the refuse of the salapus's
Yeah.
nest, and finally claw your way back up to the entrance of the tomb. You can look out and see on the pond, and it's still this emerald green, but it's a crystal clear emerald green now.
Excellent. Is there
And,
anything in the boat?
and you can clearly make out a sunken rowboat down at the bottom now.
Okay, great. Um, there was an intact shell on the beach. On
Hmm.
the shore you had that? Yeah. Okay. So like I'd like to take a look at that. So it's been there a while, or is there something still inside of it?
The shell, it's only one half of a shell.
Oh, okay.
It's not oh, uh, a complete one, though. This does let you roll your intelligence real fast. Something awesome.
Yeah.
So your character knows now, though, because he's seen enough of these uh, shells here to know that this is where the crystal gooeys tend to propagate, which
Okay.
is a uh, dining slug that a lot of the royalty pay vast amounts of money if they can get fresh crystal gooeys.
Okay, that makes sense now. And the robot, I guess, like, is there anything inside of it? It's sunken, you said, so it's underwater.
Yeah, you'd probably
Swim
have to try
down.
and swim to it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So,
As soon,
ooh,
nice.
yeah,
Well, tell you what, you're wearing the tiara, right?
yeah.
As soon as your toes hit the water, you feel like your body in cloth, and then in sweaters, and then in a diving suit, and you kind of into the water.
Yeah.
You've transformed into a narwhal.
Oh, so I can move around
So
now.
congrats.
Yeah.
Apparently, that tiara turns you into a narwhal when you touch water.
I know it did. I knew it did something. I knew it did something magical. I really had the feeling that it did something magical. Um,
It did.
yeah.
You rolled a crit one. I'm giving that to you.
Well, I'll take it. Is there anything else under the surface of the pond beside the rowboat? Like, do I see life?
Oh yeah.
Or like
Inside the
artifacts?
rowboat, it looks like it was probably someone's. It was someone's secret stash, probably like illegal crystal gooey poaching.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You find E6 gold,
Hmm.
almost double what the entire village offered you. So that's enough for a new bow right there.
Yeah. Excellent. Right, well, I'll collect that. Uh, are there any of the crystal gooeys?
There are one or two. You're in your narwhal state.
Yeah.
Probably skewer them with your narwhal horn if you want to try.
Yeah, I'll try
Um,
that.
Okay. Roll me a 3d20 because there's 3 of them.
Cool.
Let's see how many you get.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus. You managed to get all 3 on your narwhal horn.
I'm very graceful.
Mm-hmm. That's worth another 30 gold because they're worth about 10 each. So you'll just have to make sure you get them to market to not the town, but probably to the nearby keep before they spoil. But yeah, you're doing great. That's for almost dying. You're making bank.
Yeah.
There you go. You gotta turn to a narwhal more often.
Oh yeah. So I'll definitely be selling those.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty much okay. Is there anything else in anything else visible under there? Because if there isn't anything else, I'll head back into the village.
Nope, I think that's it. I think you've managed to save the day and make a tidy profit while you do it as you saunter back to the village.
Yeah.
You know,
I think I'll let them keep.
but you know,
yeah.
sauntering in a good way.
Yeah. I think I'll let them keep the 20 GP.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
They're very grateful.
Excellent. And you know, I'll say, well, next time anything nasty comes up, I'm your guy.
Yep. I did one! Yay!
Alright. Well, that was fun.
Glad you liked it. Alright.
That was really fun. It's like no learning curve at all. You know, we could just take this someone. I really like the sheet generator. That was really neat. That was really nifty. Alright.
Yeah, it definitely saves a lot of time, and it makes it pretty good for just pickup games. You can just kind of grab it and just play.
Onyx would really like this. This is pretty similar to the Call of Cthulhu games that he likes. So you definitely do have to run one of these again for the other guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to. I have a bunch of different one shots I kind of play around with for different systems, so
excellent.